Hi, it's Wealthy Expat here. In this video, let's go over why I recommend Dubai for most of my wealthy clients to move to, set up a base in, because we don't always want to just move to one particular country. Maybe you just want to set up a company in a particular country, get a bank account, get tax residence, and then travel to other places. For example, I am right now in Paris, France, and I'm traveling a bit around Europe, but I have my base in Dubai, and I spend about 6 months a year in Dubai, which is about what you need to spend in order to get tax residence. So let's look at the reasons why I recommend Dubai, why I myself chose Dubai, and why I recommend it for you, and if it's a good option for your lifestyle. Now, when it comes to comparing Dubai to many other low tax or zero tax places around the world, because there are many of them, you have the Cayman Islands, you have countries that you can get tax reductions, like for example, Portugal, Costa Rica, Singapore, Thailand. There are places where you can pay less tax than what you would in your current country, like the US, Canada, Australia, Europe, countries around the European Union or the UK. You can definitely pay less tax in many places. Why do I recommend Dubai against all of these other places? The main reason is the fast processing. It is just extremely fast to be set up in Dubai. You can set up a company in Dubai in about 15 days, have it fully licensed, and be able to get a visa through that company in about 30 more days. So in about 45 days, you're fully set up with everything you need in order to live in Dubai, to use your Dubai ID for exchanges, for bank accounts, for anything you like. In Dubai, you can use that as your residence, and now you have a residence permit that you can show to other countries, and you can tell, for example, a lot of my clients are coming from Canada or the UK or Australia or any European countries like France, for example, that have huge high taxes. Their tax department asks them, okay, where are you moving to? They say Dubai. Okay, show the ID, show the residence permit, and that ID and residence permit, you can get it in about 30 to 45 days. So the process is quite fast compared to a program like, for example, the Portugal Golden Visa, which might take you 9 to 12 months to set up. Yes, other countries like Cayman Islands might be set up in a month or two, but that's going to cost you $2.4 million in order to get permanent residence compared to the $25,000-$30,000 that you're going to spend setting up in Dubai. So there's definitely the time differences and also the price differences. So overall, Dubai is the fastest processing all over the world that gives you zero tax without much hassle and with a straightforward process that you can do pretty quickly no matter what nationality you have. The second reason why I personally spend a lot of time in Dubai, even though I don't need to spend that much time in Dubai as a St. Kitts citizen, I don't really need tax residence in Dubai, to be honest. I don't need to go anywhere else in order to get tax residence when I can just spend some time in Dubai. And the same might be for you, for example. You might leave the UK, not spend any time per year in the UK, and you might have your residence in Dubai. You don't really need to spend that much time in Dubai because you're not spending time in the UK. So really, you can spend time anywhere, as long as you don't spend more than 6 months, because then you'll be taxed. But why do I spend time in Dubai? Why do I recommend people spend time in Dubai? It's because of the networking and the connection possibilities that you have to other super high net worth individuals. If you're worth $20 million, for example, like a client that I was talking the other day and seeing what option he would pick around the world, Monaco, Cayman, Dubai. Dubai came to the top because he would be with other high net worth individuals, other ultra high net worth individuals, and communicate with them, network with them. For example, one of my good friends, Crypto Jack, who runs a huge YouTube channel, he's actually a partner of mine. I met him through another friend that also runs another YouTube channel called AM Crypto. They're all crypto investors and they all run channels. And I basically met them all in Dubai at a party in Dubai. And those people have invited me to other yacht parties, for example, other networking events where I meet other people like Da Vinci, for example, and other crypto investors that a lot of people know. And I meet people that are making millions, hundreds of millions, billions with crypto, with investments, with online business. And you can meet those kind of people just by existing in Dubai. If you're a sociable person that has some social skills, you can literally meet anybody you want and have really good networking connections to people that are worth 100, 200, 500, $1 billion. And that definitely can give you a lot of progress, and it will speed up your progress in your wealth creation or wealth growth. Because some of my clients, for example, they've given me investment tips, they've given other clients investment tips, for example, in crypto coins or in projects or in stocks, and those clients have made money from that. So just being in that Dubai scene will help you push your progress forward and expand your wealth faster. The third reason why I recommend Dubai, why I myself went to Dubai, was just because there are zero taxes and it's straightforward zero taxes. You're not dealing with tax deductions. For example, in a country like Singapore, which is very popular for a lot of people to move their companies to move themselves to, if you want to get tax reduction, you do need to go through a lot of loops. You need to be very careful how you do your accounting. There's auditing requirements every single year. So there's obviously a lot more hassle and a lot of other steps that you need to go through in order to pay zero tax. And if you're coming from a high tax country, like for example, Canada or the US, that makes your life extremely difficult. You don't want to jump from a difficult situation into a slightly less difficult situation that is still extremely annoying. You want to jump from a difficult situation to an easy situation where you don't need to worry, there's no hassle, and you can lower your taxes pretty easily. Yes, we're getting a corporate tax in 2023 for mainland companies, not for free zones, which you can incorporate as a foreigner. As long as you don't deal with the local people, you can still pay zero tax. And there's no personal income tax, there's no capital gains tax, there's no dividends tax, there's no real estate tax, transfer tax, inheritance tax. All these taxes that annoy the life out of me in other countries and also annoy the life out of my clients, you don't need to jump through hoops with them. You don't need to do any auditing. You barely need to do any bookkeeping, only if you want to. You don't really need to show the government how much money you have or make. And that's the beauty of it. That is very straightforward. A lot of people, they come from very high tax countries, for example, like the US, and they move to other high tax countries like Portugal, and they apply for these reductions or these exemptions like the NHR, and you can get some tax reductions. But for example, for a US citizen that wants to lower their taxes, they can incorporate a company somewhere else. If they have a 50% partner, then the company would pay 0%. They would get the foreign earned income exclusion and pay zero tax on $110,000. But if you take those $110,000 as a US citizen and you don't pay tax on it in the US, if you're living in Portugal, that will be taxed as personal income. And then if you get money from your company as dividends, which is typically done with the NHR, you'll pay tax on that in the United States. So it really doesn't make any sense to live in Portugal as a US citizen to lower your taxes. The only reason would be because of the weather, because of the healthcare, because you just enjoy life in Portugal better. But for tax perspective, it doesn't really make any sense. If you want to lower your taxes, Dubai makes a lot more sense, because then you can pay zero tax on your company, own it 50%, pay zero tax, pay out yourself a salary of $110,000 or less, and you can pay zero tax on that, and then you simplify your life and you pay zero taxes as a US citizen. So essentially, you just make your life so much easier by moving to Dubai instead of dealing with other high tax governments. And then you don't need to spend all of the year in Dubai. If you want to spend time in Portugal, spend 3 to 4 months a year in Portugal, and then come to Dubai and then have your residence based in Dubai and your taxes based in Dubai. And the last reason why I tend to recommend Dubai, why I personally love Dubai, is because there are no sacrifices in your lifestyle. For example, right now I'm in Paris, France, and I absolutely love it here. It's beautiful, the buildings are beautiful, people are nice, it's just good to be around this culture. You have a very similar vibe in Dubai, where there's cultures all over the world. Yes, it's slightly skewed over to the Indian, to the Filipino side, but you still have people from all over the world, and you also don't sacrifice any of the lifestyle perks like good healthcare, good high quality food. I know a lot of Germans, they want to eat quality food, like just eat in Germany. You can have that in Dubai. Yes, it might be a little bit more expensive. Yes, healthcare, for example, healthcare in the UAE is top. I've had great experiences with doctors. My friends have had great experiences with doctors, but it is slightly more expensive. That's why you need to be wealthy to move to Dubai. But you're not sacrificing roads. The roads are perfect. Driving capability, you have perfect cars. Overall luxury is amazing. Hotels are amazing. If you want to go to a mall, there's giant malls everywhere. So you want to buy something, Amazon delivers in 24 hours. Healthcare, overall, it's just everything at the same level or even more of lifestyle than what you would have anywhere else in the world. So you're not sacrificing your life by going to some island like St. Kitts and paying zero tax there. Great, you pay zero tax, but you also can't do anything you want in your life, and you're stuck in this one little island. Whereas with Dubai, you have this huge city with multiple places. The only thing I would say that is a sacrifice is the nature. Yes, you have some mountains, you have some nature in Hatta, in the area of the UAE, but I do miss nature quite a lot when I'm in Dubai. That's why I go to places like Armenia, or I go to places like here in France, or overall different places around the world in order to see that nature, like Seychelles, for example. That was absolutely stunning. So I travel to other places in order to see that nature, enjoy the nature, and then go back to Dubai and continue with the hustle and continue with the zero tax lifestyle. Overall, I tend to recommend Dubai as the best place in the world for high net worth individuals, investors, entrepreneurs to move to, just because it's fast, it's easy, and overall, it's a country that you can pay zero taxes without much hassle. Yes, you might have some problems sending money to, for example, a country like Portugal, which is in the blacklist, but overall, it's not a sanctioned country like the Seychelles, like Belize, where people know, okay, if you're there, you're evading taxes. The UAE, they know what you're doing. They know that you're there to pay less taxes, but they still are a respected country. They have a great passport that gives them travel to all over the world. And it's a country that cooperates with other high tax countries in order to not get in trouble. If you want to learn how to set up in Dubai in less than 30 days, check out the video that's going to pop up right here so you know exactly the whole process to move to Dubai, put your residence in Dubai, and actually pay zero tax. And if you want help with all this process, moving to Dubai, we've done it for over 300 clients. Click that first link in the description, book a call with us. We'll help you throughout all of it. Subscribe to that notification bell, the like button, and I'll see you on the next one. I am the Wealthy Expat.